name is Nachiketas and my project is called Safe Path. Just to give you a context, this is for crime prevention and awareness in the Georgia Tech community. One of the aims of the Georgia Tech Police Department was crime awareness and prevention. And my inspiration comes from a professor of ours. A couple of months back, one of our professors got attacked. She got mugged on the way from campus to home around like 12 in the night. And she keeps telling me that it happens only when we commute. So as an interaction designer and user experience guy, we did like a user research on that after that. So a couple of our friends got together. We said, how can we help people commute better? And we actually asked the police department. They actually confirmed that most of these attacks do happen during commute from home to home to school or school to home or vice versa. So we kind of prototyped a couple of months back. We got the statistics from the Georgia Tech Police Department, see what we can do with that. So these are the crime statistics, and they actually publish these things online. Then I got inspired by something what the LAPD was doing. They use crime statistics to predict future crime. It would have been, you've seen numbers, the TV series, they showed it really well there, but there's actually a mathematical model behind it. It's called the RHoK method. They make a threat analysis model. So I thought, why can't we apply that to the campus crime statistics, right? But the problem was, the GTPD did not provide me with any API. I asked them, I look at their statistics, there's nothing I could do with it. So I was kind of bummed, and we just did a prototype and we stopped there, and we couldn't continue. And so recently what happened was, when I was looking at my email, I see that we get emails like this. It's a government rule that says, the Clery Act says that we have to send emails to students. And I saw the structure of the emails were all pretty similar. They had like a similar, keywords in them, date, time, type of things. I said, I can take this, make my own API. So I started yesterday night when I was talking to one of my friends, I got this inspiration, like I should do it for RHoK. So I quickly did some mail server stuff on the back end. So it mostly runs on PHP, and it reads from my Gmail account on my Georgia Tech account. So it's like a mail forward thing. So it reads the incoming mail and also parses existing mail with the keyword Clery Act in it. So if you see the mails, way there's a regular expression in there, so you can do that, and the machine can analyze that. So to the demo, the first part is a mobile application for students. If you're a student at Georgia Tech, what is that? You type in like a location, say Technology Square, and I'm going to Home Park. Very pretty dangerous area if you're a Georgia Tech student. How many Georgia Tech students here? You all know how much we have a problem traveling to Home Park, right? And I don't want a house there. So it actually tells you, if you're traveling from here to Home Park, these are the routes. So the green represents the safest route, the orange represents the less safer route, and the red one is the most unsafe route based on the previous data I collected, and it predicts what future crimes can happen. This is how it works. The crime prevention agencies like DEA or FBI use the same data to say there are 10 warehouses in LA. There is a drug deal going to happen today, which we cannot post all men on all 10 warehouses. So we need to pick out 3 out of them with our manpower. So they use this mathematical model called RHoK method. They assign fuzzy logic. What is the probability of these things, crime, the drug deal taking place there? It is based on the environment, several variables, more variables that we can predict even better. So I use personal variables like the type of the person, the type of the crime happening, what is the previous crime happened, why did it happen, is it well lit, and also the Georgia Tech Police Patrol. Currently, the Georgia Tech Police Patrol has a random route. It doesn't have doesn't know we have to travel through crime prevention. They just make it a gut instinct and make it like a regular study on a monthly basis. So the second part of the app is, so using this, the students can navigate them better, and if they're traveling through the red route, I'll come to that. So if they're traveling through the red path, they can actually use. We can tell their friends, or their friends can be warned, and you can get the location of the person live. Now the second part is an companion application for the Georgia Tech Police Department. In the Georgia Tech Police Department, based on the different kind of crime when they are traveling. So if I'm going to refresh this page a little bit, so as they are moving, the crime statistics come up, and the Georgia Tech Police Department can be prepared for the type of crime that is going to be happening there. So each color represents, red represents the most dangerous crime. And finally, we have these buttons, buzzers in our Georgia Tech to warn or call the police. Surprisingly, crime doesn't happen right next to the button. So we put one more thing there called the warning button. This is going to be a little loud. So if you start showing up on the map, location gets notified and you get shown on the map. So this is a lot of tests here. So let me browse here. So yeah, You press it 4 times, so yay. And the police, it is on the car of the police department, on their tough book, they can just figure out, they can immediately modify their route to reach you while the crime, even if you suspect some suspicious activity, they can reach you right there. That's in concise. So the future enhancement, I just want to improve it. So we have been slowly improving it. I would like to, this is actually the inspiration to tell the GDP to open up their API, crime API, so we can partner with anybody and everybody I can. The code's probably going to get open, so it's not much. It's like a bunch, very simple lines of code. The idea is in the data that we get and the, how you guys tell me like you have to look into these situations, or what the police tells me like we should look into those variables. More information gives better data, and more data gives me better prediction models. That's it.
You got 3.5 minutes for questions.
Yeah.
Have you looked at integrating the APD data into your model? The Atlanta police data, they release large amount of data set.
Yeah, the problem with the data set is that it's not in the form of an API, so I don't know how to do it. I'm more of an HCI person, as opposed to like a a database or data guy. But if there's any way to integrate, I'm actually open to that. I mean, if I'll leave my card here, or you can meet me afterwards. If you have any information that can help me improve this project, it's ongoing process. I can keep doing that whenever I know how to do it.
Yeah. So when did you start this project?
I started this project a couple of months back. We worked on like 3 days on just like the prototyping these maps and how it works, and putting like fake data in it. And then in the last 24 hours, or just first 6 hours, 5-6 hours, and perpetually afterwards, I took out the email, parsed it, and actually included data to make the prediction model more accurate.
And who's on your team?
Just me for now. Other 2 members of my team, one is in New York, other is in Iowa having fun, and they're having their vacation now, so they couldn't be here. So their names are Karthik and Tarun. So you can see them around. They're all Georgia Tech alumni. One more. Yeah.
I saw you had a police car on there. Was that just showing that an officer could respond, or
So that one particular police car was actually when we were working on the project, they told me that the route was that. Eventually, that is how they randomly do that. There are also efforts around campus. They want to put GPS on a car and see if that's possible. So I'm just prototyping and saying, okay, this is the probable route they are taking. So I might just map it out, and it's only visible to the police car, so they can tell them that you are here and the person is there. So it's kind of a mock-up.
would you use that to say this is probably a safer route because it's going to be patrolled more often?
Yes. That's why I use the patrol car there. So that actually contributes to the safer route on the. If the car is like within 0.5 miles and the car is headed towards you, then yes.
So where's the RHoK cutter used in the predictive part?
So the app part, so you see the green, orange, and red ones?
Right.
So those colors are based on the RHoK cutter model's predictive number. So each is given a weightage from 0 to 1.
So how did these route get created? I missed that.
Which route? So it's based on a Google Maps route API.
No, I understand, but how do your routes were decided? Oh, because you're going from one place
to another. So
and then each one of them is weighted differently?
Each one, yeah, depending on previous crime statistics, what kind of person you are, which time of the day you are traveling, and the proximity to a petrol car.
Oh.
So what you basically what the output of RHoK is like a matrix saying here to here, route number 1, route number 2, 0.2, 0.6, and green is probably 0.75.
Right.
It's very prototype.
I understand.